Okay.
6 drops of bleach to 1 thing of water. Gross.
Okay, you're watching a Katrina thing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, I was saying...
Let me see what's... SOS. How to survive.
Yeah.
There's the eye.
Oh, boy.
My God, look at that, Joy.
I know, it was evil, wasn't it? But I was just saying, if you want to know anybody that's experienced Hurricane Katrina, well, I've known people from New Orleans now, and they can get on here and tell you what all happened. What this one guy...
Oh, yeah, especially in that big Astrodome where they were staying.
Oh, yeah, but I was telling you now...
They didn't have no food, and they were raping women, and all kinds of shit was going on. Killing people. It was bad.
Let's see this guy, Johnny Boo. Every time I ask him about it, because he got caught in it, he survived, but every time I ask him...
He don't want to talk about it.
No, it's traumatic. It was traumatic.
Yep. Ain't nobody wants to talk about that.
No. Juvie, rapper Juvie, his house got destroyed. I don't know if he ever rebuilt it or not, but I guess I could ask somebody I know, or ask his wife or whatever. I don't even know if she wants to talk about it, though. Because it was, yeah.
Hey, Joy.
Huh?
Have you seen Lester up there?
Lester.
Has Lester been up there?
Up where?
Up in Bridgehaven.
I don't know why. I seen that.
I just wondered.
That guy that
he reminds me of Goofy.
Oh, you know that Shane person you was talking about?
Yeah.
I seen her. I know who she is now. She was in the kitchen serving lunch on Friday.
Yeah.
And she's a fucking mess. Why is she working back in there when she spills soup all over herself?
I don't know.
She don't act like she's even with it.
She's going with that, what's his name? Cam?
I don't know, Cam or whoever that is, but it's like, Cam
is mean.
Yeah.
He hit me on the back, son of a bitch
okay.
did.
Yeah, that's who did it. Cam. I'm trying to think, who did Cam look like?
He's got reddish hair, he wears glasses, he's got a pierced ear.
Okay, I might have missed that one. I mean, he probably might have been up there, but that Shane person, it's like, I get her mixed up. She looks like the lady that's in the power chair here at York Towers. It's got the black hair. I get them mixed up all the time.
That's her.
Oh.
She's not using her chair no more.
I wonder why.
She's coming up there in Cam's car.
Oh, man. Oh, that's who that is that brings her over here then. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, she's not really friendly or nothing around here. She sees me and,
Yep.
I don't really care. If that's how they want to be, fuck them.
Boy, it must be something else to be on TV.
Oh, I can't wait. That's why I want to get my show. I want my show. I want to go places.
Well, I was trying to go someplace with that station.
I know.
But he didn't go nowhere. He quit.
Well, why did he quit? That's what I don't understand.
I don't know. I guess he got tired of it. I don't know.
Oh.
Not enough people were watching it.
Well, I mean,
He's crazy anyway. He's a loony bird.
I don't know, but see, it's the loony birds that get the... Isn't it the loony birds that are the ones that make it sometimes? I mean...
I don't ever see him with Cassie, but she tells me that they're still married. But I never see him with her.
You know what?
He's always sitting over here on this bench over here waiting for the bus.
Or if anything else, she's at Bridgehaven bitching about him all the time.
I know.
I said, well, I don't understand it. You know, if you both, you know what's the dumbest thing you can do if you're on a Social Security check? Okay, if you got somebody else that's on a check, why in the hell you gonna marry him and get your check cut in half?
I don't know, because they're stupid.
They're not the stupidest
They
people.
want to be together more than they care about money.
Oh, God, but still you can be together. You don't have to get married on paper.
No, you don't, but people want to.
Oh, God.
It's in the Bible, Joy, that people should be married and not divorced. Divorce is a sin.
Okay, but I'm not saying they're divorced. But why do people have to be married? You know, I don't know. They want to be together, I guess. I don't know. You got churches out there that press that shit on people. They want people to be married. And you may not even want to be married, but they think you have to be.
I'm surprised that the government don't make us get married.
Make who get married?
Yep.
I think that's what they're trying to do. It's what Trump's trying to do. You notice some of these jobs are being taken over by white men.
Yeah.
That pisses me off, but he ain't gonna make me depend on nobody. You ain't gonna make
He's a racist.
He ain't gonna make me get married and be with no fucking man and have a man to tell me what the fucking do.
He ain't gonna make me either.
You know what? Like I said, I'm happy without a man. I don't have no problems. I have my fucking freedom. I have that shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was never.
Uh-oh.
It's never on the top of my fucking list.
It's until, uh-oh.
You know, it's never on the
We're under severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah.
They're on TV. Oh, God, shit. My Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. If you see a tornado, Joey, call them up and tell them.
Oh, it's hard to see one in the dark, though. But Ohio, did you hear about Ohio getting hit? They got hit by a tornado today. It got destroyed. There's a city, it was called Selena. I was telling you that, wasn't I? About Selena?
Yeah.
I don't know where that's at, but like I said, yeah, if anybody's up here in Ohio, they got hit, you know. I just want everybody to pray for them. My home state, one of my home states got hit by a tornado today. It damaged the Dollar General. It got torn.
Tornado warning.
Yep.
Tornado warning, Joey.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Oh, boy.
Jackson County, Indiana.
Oh, Lord. What county is it?
Oh, I'm telling you.
I'm looking at myself on the phone. I said, my face.
They're advertising passport now.
Yeah. My face looks mean.
Yep.
Why am I looking mean today?
I don't know.
Shit. I don't know why I'm looking. I don't know.
This is bullshit. Oh, God. They're talking about veterans killing themselves.
Oh, yeah. Now Jerome's talking about killing himself if he don't get his check straight.
Joy, you better put him in the hospital.
I'm going to tell Bruce about it, and I don't care. I'm going to tell Bruce Bainey. I told Jerome you need to go to Social Security or call them and see what's going on. But if he says that, like I said, but still, since he said something about killing himself, I'm going to tell Bruce Bainey about it because, yeah, he needs to keep an eye on Jerome.
Why does he want to kill himself?
He wants, if his damn building or something, it says if he loses his check, he's afraid he's going to lose his check. I said, Jerome, he has not worked enough to lose his check.
Lord.
I don't work all that much, and lately, I've worked more than he does because of he's often not able to go to work because of his leg.
Oh, Lord.
He's sitting there talking about, he's sitting there afraid he's going to lose his Section 8, lose this and lose that.
Did you know that there are people that have got knives right now and they're going around killing people?
Well, I carry one because, did you get the video message from me about the human trafficking that's been going on out here?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
did. That's serious shit, I tell you.
Yeah, it is.
And you know what? I say that is why I carry a knife every time I go out.
Yep.
I'm getting ready to show it out to everybody. I want everybody to see what kind of knife I have. I'm telling you, this knife, I wish I could find somewhere to put this now. It's not really.
What does Sean think about it?
Oh, I didn't tell him. I still.
No, don't tell him. You'll get him all.
Well, honestly though, they all need to watch. Let me tell you something. I know it's just women and children, but sometimes you never know. They'll get men too if they want to. If they think a man is not, they think a man is vulnerable and all that stuff, they'll use a man to do their shit.
I know it.
You never know. But I'm telling you, I forwarded that message not just to females, but on men too. Because I said, men can be victims, and not only that, you need to keep an eye. Not saying you need to protect and watch your women and the kids, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you better.
It's almost like
you better watch them.
It's almost like now you can't let the women and the children go places by themselves anymore.
Nope.
You can't be like that, but the human trafficking, basically what you do, you can't really travel anywhere without a weapon, without some source of protection in your car.
Yeah.
I personally had to tell people who don't have a car, people that gotta walk and take the bus, because, it's easy for somebody to come and snatch them up,
Yeah.
My grandma used to talk about that. My grandma, when she was alive, it was my mama's side. Oh, she didn't.
Yeah.
She was very overprotective. My mom and auntie were sheltered pretty much because, well, back then it might not have been so bad, but still, when things was getting bad, like in the 70s, well, when you started having people that go out and kill people and do dumb shit,
yeah,
it just got worse in the 70s and 80s. And hey, Aisha, she was the kind of person that practically would not let you go walking anywhere by yourself. If you walked anywhere, you had to be in a group.
That's what it was. My mother, she wouldn't let me go out and be with my friends out at the mall. She wouldn't let me do it.
Well, not just in with a group of people. As long as it's with the group,
Nope.
See, mine didn't want me to.
Because the girls I was hanging around with were trouble.
Oh. Well, let's see. Only time
they were twins. They were twin girls, and they lived out in Anchorage.
Only time I was allowed to go anywhere.
They lived out there in that big gray building.
Yeah. Well, see.
It's a house.
Well, see.
A mansion. An old mansion.
If I went to the neighborhood, what they call it, uptown, or, when you live in a neighborhood, you go to the downtown section of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where all the stores are and stuff. Well, I wasn't allowed, if I was by myself, I wasn't allowed to walk. I had to ride my bike.
Oh, well.
Well, because if something did, because Mount Washington and East End, you had some shady people.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Mount Washington actually was the worst place. You had some real I don't know. You had some real weirdos. You don't know what they're going to do to you or anything.
Right.
So, it's like, hey, you had a ride. It was safer to ride. It's like if somebody tried to snatch you up, you're safer on a bicycle than you are walking. Because you can get away from them a lot easier. And you can run over their ass if you have to.
Yep.
Yep. My parents if I went anywhere, I had to take a bike.
Damn.
I know. It's addictive.
Yeah. God.
Or you just tell me to put my cigarette down. I'm saying you're getting as bad as Loggie telling me that.
That's right.
Aisha's on here. Yeah,
think of the money that you would save, Joy, if you quit smoking.
It's so addictive. Every time I try to go without, my nerves crawl. It crawls so bad.
I know. They got this shit in the cigarette that keeps you addicted to it.
Not only that, but it's like being without a cigarette for me is like going without psych meds. It messes my illness up.
Oh, God.
You know what it is? I think that's why they want us all to quit up there at Bridgehaven, because they know when we go without a cigarette, it fucks with our illness.
Well, they're gonna tear that podium down, Joy.
Well, that's not
and make y'all smoke out there in that alleyway.
Well, that's not going to do any good. If they really trying to get people to quit, then that's not going to do any good. You can't make people quit. That's
I know.
You could
but they don't want it around there.
Well, like I said,
they're trying to get everybody healthy.
Well,
they're sending people to the Y.
Well, they send me. Well, but see, the thing is, when they send people to Y, they expect you to be there every day that week. But what if you work somewhere and you can't always be there?
I don't know.
You know, it's like.
I know that there's special ones up there. There's special people up there that club out.
What? Special ones. They're favorites.
Yeah.
Everything done for them. Everybody got their favorites.
I know Lori Smith goes off. She gets away with it.
Lori Smith, and then who else? Kendra,
yeah. Anybody who's got money. Katie, that girl that her parents are rich.
See, that makes me mad. They always play favorites with the ones that's got mom and daddy's got money. They don't play favorites with the ones that's got their own fucking money.
I know it.
They don't think we should. I mean, that makes me upset. You know what it is? I think what it is, mom and dad's insurance pays for them to go up there.
Yeah.
They must pay more than what Medicaid or Medicare pay.
Well, wait till she gets out on her own. If she ever does.
Katie?
I don't think they're going to let her out on her own.
Who's that?
She's crazy. She's crazier than a loony bird.
Who you talking about, Katie or?
Katie.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks mom and daddy are going to be around forever.
No, and they're not.
That's what's wrong with these kids.
That's what's wrong with them up there at Bridgehaven. They don't know. They're not you know what? And what's really pisses me off is none of them workers up there are pressuring those people to get out and do shit for themselves. They don't want them to work. They don't want them to. I mean, every time, and I notice every time some of them have tried to move out on their own, it's like they discourage it.
I know. They don't want to lose Bridgehaven. They don't want to lose their meat and potatoes. You know what I'm getting at. They don't want to lose their money.
But still.
Their paycheck.
You know, they ain't going to lose nothing with that, or they want to have control over people. They don't think.
Yep.
They got this thing where they don't think mental health people should grow up. They think that we should be like children.
They treat us like children. Right. That's what Baba acts like, a child.
I ain't gonna treat me like no child. See, I think I think some of the workers on opportunity house side, they act like they can't. They don't like me. I'd say they don't like me, but they have problems. it's like they don't like me because they know I don't put up with their shit.
Everybody up there wants to go to the Y. That's the big thing. They announce it over the PA system.
Yeah. It just
everybody going to the Y, lining up out at the van.
God.
Shit.
Can't they go to the Y themselves? The Y's never, you know what? The Y's supposed to give discounts to people on low income. Well, they sure won't give me no damn discount. They want me to pay $26 even though when I had no money.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because there was a time when I didn't get income because I was waiting on Social Security.
Well, how is it all these people are going to the Y then, Joy?
I know.
Who's paying the way? Medicaid?
On
passport?
That's what I'm saying. But people on SSI get to go up there for free, and then you get some people only got to pay $26 a month. But no, they want to charge me $45 and $50. And I said to myself, you know what? I could go to Planet Fitness a lot cheaper than that.
Yeah.
See, the problem is Planet Fitness don't have a swimming pool.
Yeah, but at the Y, they can't go. They can't go swimming if they're by themselves. It has to be. They have to have someone with them when they go over there.
See,
they don't have a lifeguard.
I know, but see, let me tell you something.
That pisses me off.
The reason I need to go swimming is because of my knees and my feet. That pool water helps my arthritis and my feet pain.
Yeah.
See, when I was going down in Florida, a lot of places have a swimming pool. Even some of the high rises, even the public high rises, public housing and shit. There's places in Sarasota. There's actually a public high rise or something, housing high rise, that has a swimming pool. And you know,
we don't know what Trump's gonna do.
But see, in Florida,
you know what? He scares the hell out of me. He makes me think he's gonna cut our Section 8 and shit.
And then he's not letting. And Ben Carson don't want to even say what the fuck they're cutting, just to give everybody a heads up. I guess he can't say nothing because I guess he's afraid Trump will fire him. You know what what? I hate to say
everybody's afraid of him, of being fired.
But see, Ben Carson, I hate to say it, but he's stupid in the first place for even working for Trump because Trump's a fucking racist himself, and he ain't gonna care if you kissing his ass and supporting him or not. If you work for him, you're the minority, okay? He's gonna make.
How did we get a racist in the White House?
And you know what he don't understand too. What Ben Carson? Okay, once Trump got in there, the first thing, it's like the first move he made was talking about the housing department, making cuts on insurance, making cuts on this, making cuts on that. And you know what? That made Ben Carson look bad. Basically, he wanted to make Ben Carson look like a fool. Does Ben
you know
Carson
what they call it? What he's doing? Is there a name for it?
What?
Draining the swamp.
Draining a swamp. Well, shit. The swamp was fine, but now we really need to drain the swamp now.
Yeah.
Drain it all out.
That's what he's doing, getting rid of everything.
Yeah.
Draining the swamp.
He ain't no swamp.
He is doing what the people wanted him to do. Fucking Tea Party and all that.
Fucking white supremacist people and all that shit. But you know what? His approval rating ain't but 33%, and half of them people that
it's the rich people, Joy.
Well,
they want him to change things. They're tired of it.
But see, there's some rich people that don't like him. Look at the celebrities; they don't like him.
I know.
You know, I mean, California, all them rich people out there don't like him. Liberals don't like him.
Because out in California, they're Democrat.
That's what I like about California. Shoot, if they succeed from the United States, if they was to separate, I'm going to go to...
But the only thing that scares me about California is the earthquakes.
But the thing is, now, if California separates, I wonder if Nevada will go with them. Because Nevada acts like they want to go right on with them. Because Las Vegas wants to go. I'm definitely moving out there because I'll move to Vegas.
Did you see what Johnny Depp's doing?
What?
He is buying Wounded Knee and giving it back to the Indians.
That's good. Isn't he Johnny Depp's got Indian in him, I think, don't he?
Oh, yes, he does.
I love Johnny Depp, man. I've had a crush on him when I was in high school. When he got on 21 Jump Street.
He didn't treat his wife very well.
No, he didn't.
He didn't get on 21 Jump Street.
I used to watch it all the time when it was out.
Yep.
It was one of the shows I watched at home on my TV.
The movie 21
Jump Street.
Actual show when it was out in the 80s. It was
Yeah.
89 is when it was out.
Everybody wants to go back in the 80s, but I got news for them. 2018's almost here.
I hate to say it, but the 80s it's like the 80s was one of the best decades ever in the whole century. We had some shit happen, but it's like all the shit that's happened during the whole century, the less bullshit happened in the 80s.
Yeah.
The 80s, the 90s, the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Only thing, I'm trying to remember all the stuff that happened during the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Well, I remember the Challenger exploded. I remember the...
Baba's beeping in.
We didn't have all... it just... Things happen right now. It's like things are happening... Ever since the 2000s hit, everything's happened more frequent. You got more frequent disasters, everything. It's like going back... If you think about the 50s and 60s with Trump in there, it's like the civil right, racism and stuff from the 60s and the 50s is coming back because you got the white supremacists doing their shit and getting away with it.
Yeah, I know it. It's pissing me off.
And then it's like, sometimes when I sit here and think of all the stuff that's going on and how and a lot of these young people or people that lived in our time are freaking out like we don't know what's going on. Well, look at the stuff our grandparents had to live through. They lived through the Depression. They lived through the World War II. Some of them have even had to survive the Holocaust.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes, it's like even though we won the war, your husband left, and you didn't know if he was coming back, if he was going to be alive when he came back.
That's right.
Imagine well, that kind of happened in Vietnam, too. You didn't know if my dad or uncle was going to make it back alive.
I saw that movie the summer of 42. That was a good movie.
See, that was kind of funny. Well, see, my dad, well, no, I'm talking about my grandpa. He fought over in the Pacific. And then my uncles fought over in the Atlantic.
What are you doing tomorrow, Joy?
Well, I got to go to an orientation at Walmart, 2 o'clock. I finally got that going.
I'll probably stay at home, clean house.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I had one uncle. He was fighting over in France or Germany or wherever he was, and we never heard from him again. He's one I think that died in one of the camps or whatever. It was a POW.
Yeah.
That was the one we never heard that we think died in one of the camps or didn't survive. And then some of us that had, I'll tell you what else is weird.
God.
I'll tell you what else is weird too. You know how you have family that comes from say your ancestors come from a particular country. You know what I'm saying? Especially Germany.
I know it.
And some of your family, your ancestors, you had some ancestors that came over, but you had ancestors that stayed behind too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you wonder what became of them when the Nazis took over. I'm sorry, or the SS.
Yeah.
Sometimes you wondered if they fought in the resistance and didn't and they perished in the Holocaust, or some of them even fought with or even was were even if they worked for the Nazis. I mean the SS.
Yeah.
That'd be embarrassing. Oh, that would be awful, man.
Yeah, it would.
especially if you found out your relatives, if you were related to people that was, you know, like one of Hitler's top men or something.
Yeah.
That'd be freaked out, man. Find out you're related to Adolf Hitler.
Oh my God, Joy, don't say that.
I know.
Hey.
That's why I said, man, that's one thing. If you got ancestors that came from Germany or Austria, man, I don't even sometimes want to find out if I'm related to somebody.
Hey, Sylvester, what are you doing, buddy?
That's horrible.
He was sleeping in my car chair. Because it's warm. Yep. What's the matter, kitty? What's the matter with the kitty? Meow? Pussycat? You there, Joy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. I think I'll do those dishes in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't feel like doing them tonight.
I try to keep up on my dishes. I try to keep sink without dishes, but then you get dishes that won't come clean unless you let them soak.
Yeah.
I don't know why it gets like that.
I don't either.
My little Loggie.
Yep. Oh, Lord. Fart Daddy. Why don't you try to call me or anything?
Dumb Daddy. I don't know what he's doing.
Daddy.
I guess
he's a dumb daddy.
He loves jail.
Yeah.
He loves prison. He wants to go in there and be somebody's bitch.
Yeah. Wants to be taken care of.
That's what happens when you go to prison or jail. You wind up being somebody, possibility you're going to wind up being someone's bitch.
Yeah. Got that right. Hey, Sylvester. How you doing, buddy? Say, how do you do? Shit.
I know it. Fart Daddy the pedophile.
Dumb Daddy.
Yeah, should have done what he did. He wants to blame everybody for his problems.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my mom and daddy's fault. I molested that person.
Bullshit.
Well, you was the one that did it. You was the one that made the choice to do what you did. Now look where you're at. You can't even find a damn you can't find housing or nothing.
Nope.
It's pretty hard out here, isn't it, Fart Daddy?
Yeah.
Gotta go out here and collect cans just to make it.
God. We shouldn't make fun of him, Joy.
I know we really shouldn't, because it came back on us, but just when you think about it, he molested somebody. He was a Chester the child molester.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's make some water. Lord have mercy.
Yep.
Where's Sean at? Sleeping?
He's in the living room.
Oh.
Living room, being a good little boy.
Yeah.
I guess we can't say that word real loud, though. We use the word... You have to use the word SS.
Nope, don't say it.
You know, we can't talk about Nazis.
Nope.
We do, we gotta use the word SS.
Oh boy.
You know, but that, I'm just saying that. I know my aunt, she's been doing genealogy and stuff, and she's gotten pretty far back, but I mean, she is researching ancestors that, didn't leave. She's doing research on ancestors that never left never left Germany to come over here. They said there was somebody that was in France or something. I don't know if we had family from ancestors from France or not.
Yeah.
Said somebody one time got locked up or captured or something. I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know what she told me about that. Finding other names of people he could be related to. They said something about a Bernhardt. And I said, well, I think I remember there was a teacher at McNick, her last name was Bernhardt. Well, where Jason Sudoff went. He could have came on here and we could have been talking about them. Oh, it's funny, like Germans, they settled in.
It's on the tablet. Some people are not friending me.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Defriending me.
Oh, why?
They don't want to be my friend.
Is it because they don't know you or that well, or I don't know?
No, I don't know what their damn problem is.
Some people do that to me, but you know what? You know how, actually, some people have done that to me all because I don't support Trump's ass and be talking bad about Trump.
Oh, yeah.
This one person, I remember, I don't know if I shouldn't really put names on there, but she got offended over one of my posts and decided to defriend me. Well, see, the thing is, if you, I said,
and it makes me mad.
I know. I don't care, though, but if you have a problem with my posts, why don't you just tell me, and I can make it to where you don't have to see it. But no, when you're a Trump supporter or you want to be a Republican, they get mad if you don't support the same shit they do and agree with them with what they do. So they say, fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
Fucked up, man. Yeah, we got our own opinion, you know? What about that?
Yeah.
It's the same people that want to get mad because we don't want to stand for the national anthem or the American flag, because the reasons we have and what we believe in and stuff like that.
Why is it when I'm on the phone, she gets perturbed, but when I call her and I can't get a hold of her, she don't care.
Who, Baba?
Yes.
I don't know, but she's pissing me off. You know, here she wants to only come to you and be your friend when she needs a friend. But when she goes and makes friends with people, gets in a clique like Rusty, she wants to just say, fuck you.
She better watch it with Rusty.
I know. She better not, but see, it's like she's doing that to me even worse. It's like she don't want you to hang around me.
Rusty's been trying to get her to call me to borrow something, and I'm not doing it.
Who, Rusty?
Yes.
So Rusty's wanting to borrow some money or something from you?
No, not money. The whole time asking for food.
Why? You know what it is? Because Rusty gives all her fucking... I'm going to tell you why Rusty never has any food or anything. She gives her damn money away. I've seen her do it out in South Louisville all the time. She gave her last penny away to somebody.
Oh, Lord.
See, Rusty's very easy to get stuff out of Rusty. You want to be if you're a crackhead and you want to take advantage of somebody, take advantage of Rusty.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they was taking advantage of her. They was really getting her out there in South Louisville. I remember that. When she lived over there right behind Dave's house.
Well, they're not going to get me, I'll tell you that right now.
Nope. I wouldn't let them get me. I'd be the last one they want to try. Because you know what I'm going to say? I tell them to go on somewhere. I ain't got it. You know what? They could be asking Baba for money. You never know. I never known Rusty to ask for money, though. People was asking her for money, but if she asked for money, it's because she was dumb enough to spend all her money giving it to everybody else. And now she's the one down and out, and she's having to ask people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
movie Ant-Man?
Ant-Man. No, I've heard of it.
It's on TBS.
Man, that's a name for a movie. Ant-Man.
The bugs are taking over.
Oh, boy.
The yellow jackets and the ants and the... Michael Douglas is in this thing. God, he's old.
Yeah.
He looks old. Shit.
Isn't it funny? You know what? Isn't it funny to watch people when they was young, but then years later you see them when they're old?
Yeah.
That was like the Guns N' Roses concert Friday. Remember when we went to that? We was all teenagers. The oldest people you saw there was probably in their 40s, around my age. It was our parents that came with us if they went. But now, years later, you come down here to one at the Young Center, and you don't see any young people. Everybody's old. Got guys with bald heads and hair on their faces and everything else. Women have got gray hair and shoot.
But you know what? I tell people I'm going to be 62. They say, get out of town. You don't look it. You look like you're in your 40s.
No,
sorry about the luck.
Well, see, that's what people say to me when I tell them I'm 43. They think I still look like... I look like I'm in my 20s is what people say, or my 30s.
Yep, that's what you look like.
Damn, I said, well, at least I do look young. Shit, I might have to do something where I have to lie about my age. I want to make sure it would pass. Damn.
Oh, boy.
I have to be no older than 20-something years old to do this and that. Well, let me try it out. I'm going to just lie and tell them I'm 25. See if it goes through.
Yeah.
Oh boy, what would give it away? I wonder what would give it. What would give my age away? Let's see. Bad knees. A hot.
Yeah, you got bad knees.
Or hot flash.
You say your back hurts you.
Well, my back ain't hurting as bad as it used to, but still my knees.
Boy, you think you've got arthritis? Try dealing with what I got. Lymphedema.
You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm sitting here bitching about how this hurts and that hurts. You know, I get people telling me, well, wait till you're 60 years old.
Yeah.
Wait till you're 70 years old. God, I don't even want to know.
Wait till you're Millie's age. Millie's 82.
Oh,
and
boy.
She's got all through her body.
If we're still alive, if we still live that long, I'd love to live to be that age, though. I'd love to be living in my 80s. And be able to get around like it's nothing. I got family in the 90s. I got family in the 90s getting around pretty good. I got an auntie that's 89 years old across the river now. She used to be heavy all the time. She used to be heavy just like me, you know, when she was in her young years. And she was heavy during her 50s and early 60s. But, you know, she lost a lot of weight being in her 60s and stuff. And I'm trying to think, when did she get married? She's 89 right now. Oh, gosh. So she was in her 70s when she got married to that guy. I mean, she married that guy like she was young still, you know?
Your partner's never been married.
Huh?
Our daddy has never been married.
Oh, that don't surprise me. And he's never had kids, though? Has he ever had kids?
Yeah, he's had kids.
Now, that, you know...
He's got twin daughters. One of them is a lesbian and the other one's straight.
Are they grown? Are they grown? And where are they at? He's never raised them, though, has he?
They're in California.
And his sister's raising them, right?
I guess.
Yeah, shoot. That's kind of funny because, damn, what happened? That said, well, if he had kids, they probably stayed with the baby mama, and he probably had to pay child support when he was growing up.
I don't no.
Shoot. I didn't think he would have kids.
Oh, yes.
You're very surprised when you
He's
know.
got a girlfriend that lives over in California, too.
He does?
Yes.
Oh, well, I wonder where he met her at.
I don't know. Over in California, I guess.
At social media, probably, because he kept talking about moving out there, didn't he?
Yes.
He does need to go out there. He needs to go out there and live with his sister. But his sister
don't want it.
the husband.
His sister and her husband, Vinny, they don't want him out there.
No, I guess he would just be a pain in the ass, I guess. The fart,
Yeah, that's what Vinny says he is.
I don't know if Fart Daddy would fit in.
Vinny said he's always bumming off his sister.
Yeah, that's what it is. And then another thing too. Trying to think if Fart Daddy would fit in out there in California, where he would fit in. Maybe San Francisco, would he fit in?
Oh, hell yeah.
I think he would fit in pretty good down in Tampa, though, because there's all them Fart Daddies collecting cans and living like he does and everything. I see him everywhere. I said, these guys remind me of Fart Daddy.
Yeah.
Some of them got tents in the woods they stay in. Now, I don't know how I could stay in a tent in Florida in the woods because you got snakes.
Hell no, not with them snakes
I know.
and alligators and shit and wild animals.
I'd be afraid something get in my tent. Shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even camp at a campsite in a tent.
Yep.
Two places that you don't want to set up. It's two places that I cannot camp out in a tent here in the United States. Florida and Louisiana. Louisiana's got alligators too. And they got, I don't know if they got the same, I think out here they had the same, similar snakes that they got in Florida. Because it's a swampy state. They said all through South Louisiana, like they said, well, New Orleans ain't nothing but swamp. Baton Rouge, they below sea level. You know how, and they said, you know what I found out? New Orleans was built because the swamp was drained. They drained the swamp.
Yeah.
To the ground. And then I wonder where they sent all the water at. Water must be part of the canals, I guess. That's how the canals were, I guess. They got so many canals in New Orleans that that's probably where all the water went to.
Yeah. Joy, I can't believe Thanksgiving's almost up on it.
I know, little Loggie.
It's Christmas.
Christmas.
And over again, the faster the years go by.
I hate that.
Don't you though? God.
I'd rather time just go slower.
I would too.
You know, the only thing is, the only time you don't really want to play time to go slow is at the end of the month.
Yep.
The end of the month, and, you know, have to wait for your check. But, you know, sometimes it ain't just us getting old, but time's going by quicker because of the fact the orbit around the sun is shorter than it was 50 years ago. And because of that, you know, that's why people don't look as old as they used to. I mean, like, say, the orbit around the sun in 1950 or 60, you know, somebody in their 60s looked a lot older, you know. Looks like grandma or something. And now you got, let's see. They got people. Oh, I got lost now.
Yeah.
Oh. Hmm. Rapper Mia X got me started on fart jokes. I'm sitting here making raps about farts. I sat there and said, well, all of Mia X's fart jokes has just reached the queen of all potty jokes.
God.
And I am the queen of all potty jokes because that's the stuff I talk about a lot.
Yeah, you do.
Talk about toilets and farts and taking a shit.
Yeah.
At my age.
Mm-hmm.
There's this other woman over there at the Puritan. Her name is Berta. She talks about farts too.
Damn. This is a city movie.
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Hazmat.
God. Welcome to the hazmat facility.
Yeah.
You got
the Ohio Valley.
Yep, you got to go to hazmat.
Hazmat.
Yeah. That's another thing. I gotta go drop something off at the post office tomorrow before I go out to orientation. I want to mail that guy his card, and it's 2 months late. Plus, my letter I wrote for to him in there. I want to make sure I get it to him. He's gonna sit there though and get this card, being like, "How come I'm getting this card 2 months late?"
I don't know.
I got a good explanation. Well, I bought you one, but I was going through it for 2 months and didn't get to write your letter. It took 2 months for me to write your letter.
Yeah.
Look at this little strobe light I got from Walmart from the markdowns. It's a little strobe light. It's only $5. Isn't that cool? It's a little bitty one too.
Yeah.
It's a LED mini strobe light.
Damn.
Yeah, Terry says he can't be around strobe lights. It gives him seizures.
Yeah.
I like this little thing. It's cute. Where is everybody? Ain't nobody.
I don't know, George. I'm gonna get off here. I'm going to bed.
Okay,